Famous person from Colombia, Dr. Frank Nifong. Frank Nifong was born in 1867, 2 years after the end of the Civil War. His birthplace was Fredericktown, Missouri, a small town located about 90 miles south of St. Louis, and yet his life would have a big impact on the people of Columbia, Missouri, not just during his lifetime, but even today. So how did Frank get from little Fredericktown to Columbia? Well, that story is a love story. Around the year 1899, while living and working as a doctor in St. Louis, Frank was introduced to Lavinia Lenore. Lavinia had grown up in Columbia, where she still lived with her parents, Slater and Margaret Lenore. After their first meeting, Frank wrote how he hoped to see Lavinia again, despite the fact he was just a poor young doctor who didn't know if he would ever succeed. Well, he would succeed as both a doctor and as Lavinia's love. Of Lavinia, Frank once wrote, "She had a cultured geniality which made her company most delightful." And so, on February 7th, 1900, Frank and Lavinia were married. Five years later, in 1905, Frank and Lavinia moved to Columbia to help care for Lavinia's aging parents on their 600-acre farm just south of Columbia. The beautiful home they'd built there was called Maplewood Home because of the beautiful maple trees surrounding it. Both electricity and bathrooms were added to the house when Frank and Lavinia came to live there. The previously used outhouses could now be removed. Frank had earned a good reputation as a doctor in St. Louis, and so the Dean of Medicine at the University of Missouri invited him to join the medical school's faculty. He was in charge of teaching medical students how to conduct surgery. He soon grew greatly concerned about the lack of medical care in the rural communities surrounding Columbia. Frank and Lavinia were a strong partnership, so they worked together to improve the health needs of the people of mid-Missouri by advocating for medical education and county hospitals. It was their proud achievement in 1921 to help establish Boone Hospital. Originally built as a 40-bed facility to serve the citizens of Boone and surrounding counties, by 1954 it had been expanded to 200 beds, and its addition would be called the Nifong Wing, after Frank, who not only helped establish the hospital, but would also serve as its first chief of staff. Later in life, after Frank worked to ensure Boone Hospital's success, he and Lavinia wondered how their success in life could benefit the lives of others. They had worked hard but lovingly to take care of Lavinia's parents as they aged, and decided to create a retirement home for older adults in Columbia to do the same for others. They donated 170 acres of their farm and $100,000 for the construction of the Lenore Memorial Home, which was opened in September 1949. From their front porch at Maplewood, Frank and Lavinia could see Columbia expanding towards their farm. Today, the road just to its north is called Nifong Boulevard, in honor of the couple who, upon their deaths, donated their farm, home, and its furnishings to the city of Columbia. The area became known as Frank G. Nifong Memorial Park. The home stands much as the Nifongs left it, and the people of Columbia can take a step back in time when they tour the Maplewood home. Frank died on July 4th, 1955, at the age of 88, and Lavinia passed away 4 years later on May 26th of 1959 at the age of 91. Nifong Park, Nifong Boulevard, the Nifong Wing at Boone Hospital, and Lenore Woods Retirement Home all still stand as testaments to the lasting legacy of this couple. Their names and contributions to Columbia aren't forgotten, and their love story, well, it's one for the ages.